Morning. Hello, hello. I am mismatching right now, but it don't matter. For me, it does not matter because I work out from home. So, and look how tight this shirt is, y'all. I'm out here walking around like the Caribbean. Like, look at this. It eventually, in the name of Jesus, become loose. Because we're working out, we're drinking as much water as we can. Anyway, I'm doing my skincare. I don't know if I've said this multiple times in some of my videos. I got this from the TikTok shop, and this probably one of my favorite vitamin C toners. Like, it really does brighten up the face. And another one of my favorite toners is the Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Acid Toner. One of my absolute favorites. If you're looking for a toner, definitely check those two out. And I'm on L'Oreal's PR list, and they have sent me this Tripeptides Age Defining Serum. And I absolutely love the serum. I want to say the serum is probably similar to the Rhode from Hailey Bieber line, that milk serum that everybody loves. I don't know if it's a toner, I don't know, but it's one of my absolute favorite. It just moisturizes the skin. And I don't really have wrinkles other than like under my eye. I think that's just genetics because my mom's skin is A1. Today is my remote day, so I'm gonna be back and forth with checking work. And so, yeah, but I have so much to do today. It's 9 o'clock. I'm thinking going downstairs, work a bit for like an hour, start tidying up each room, and then work my way around. I feel like I do want to go hit up Ross. Ross is typically where I go get my body washes, body serums, all that good stuff. Plus, I'm gonna get a couple of stuff for gifts. But my husband already told me, don't go crazy trying to get him gifts because we are taking a trip in 2 weeks down to Orlando. And he was just like, let's just save our money for that. And I'm like, you're wrong to something, hubby. Yeah, so I'm just doing my skincare. That's one thing I try to do every day. Sometimes I fail at it because I'm dead tired, so I just go straight to sleep. Hold on. You work in corporate, you're gonna get aggravated most times of dumb questions. And half the time I be wanting to tell people, do you want to come in our department? Because I'm pretty sure we can use one more person. Anyway, always take care of you first. Unless it's something where you overspent on a lot of money or you're underspending and it's the end of the month. Always make sure that you let your skincare sit for at least 30 seconds. A lot of people say at least a minute. For me, it's at least 30 seconds. Sometimes we don't have a minute. You know what I mean? So, and I was going to go, I'm not. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal because, again, they send me these things to try. And I will say that it's not a single thing that I've tried that I don't like. No, I have to make sure I like the hair products because I still have yet to try this. I've tried this a little bit on my bundles. And another thing I have yet to try is the slick back cream, but I have been using this, which I love. So if you have products that you want to send to have me test out, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know a lot of people have PO boxes, but I'm like, I don't get enough PR for me to do all that. Just reach out to me and I'll send you my address. And I was gonna go in with the L'Oreal Broad Spectrum, but I have to mix it up. I've been using her a lot this week, so I'm gonna go in with the Black Girl Sunscreen with the broad spectrum of 30, which I think is enough because I don't go outside enough for me to have anything higher than that. Let's get this day started, even though it has already started with whatever stress people are going through at the office right now. But I need coffee, and I think I'm gonna go because my Nespresso is not brewing like it should. I should call them. Let me call them. I really hate unnecessary stress. I need another tripod. Well, I don't need another one. You know what? I should be using this. Remember I told you guys I bought this? So I can put my cell phone and you guys on here. Let's do that. Let's do that because I haven't recorded anything else. Because the tripod I had you guys initially, that was a horrible tripod. So it's better now. Yay!
Here we go. Here we go.
I have a pile of laundry that I need to knock out. However, as you guys seen as I was doing my fixing my bed, I took my sewing out and I need to take the net out and take the braids out and wash my hair. This is, oh, my audio transmitter went dead. I apologize if the quality of the audio changed, so I'm about to charge this. But anyway, I have all my hair, and I buy all my hair from Bundles of Slay. I feel like we haven't had good quality hair in so long, and the Kendra's Boutique and the Love Me hair and the Alley Pearl hair, all those hair change quality, and I feel like they were trying to rip us off. And I'd rather support a black owned business. So my good sis, I supported her. I bought hair earlier. I think I bought 2 or 3 times for her this year. I bought for her a few more times. But this is all the hair I have, and I need my hair done probably by next week. So I need to get all this washed. So let's do that. So what you want to do is fill your sink up to, you can use a sink or bucket, whatever you're comfortable with. Fill it up as much as possible. I'm gonna go in with the Suave Essentials Daily Clarifying. This gets all gunk out. Like, it's usually the OG shampoos that gets everything out. I'm telling you, like, if you let it sit for like 30 minutes to an hour or more, you'll see everything come out of your hair. So I'm using this. I could technically use this Shea Moisture shampoo because it also gets built up out, but it also adds moisturizer. So I want this shampoo to sit in the hair for a good while so all the gunk come out. Alright, so we're gonna use this into the hot water. A lot goes wrong there. And then just blend this shit hot. You can put more in here. I have a lot of bundles, and I think I'm gonna have to use majority of it. And I think I'm gonna do closure this time. Because, try not to get water on the floor. And it smells nice. Alright, so before you put it in there, make sure you comb through it. I think the reason why a lot of people complain about hair is like they don't really know how to take care of it, so they automatically say like, oh, it's bad hair or whatnot. But I'm like, are you even taking care of the hair? To say, now granted, I have had some bad hair now. Like, there's some hair that you buy and you're like, what the hell did I just buy? And you wasted your money. But if you're buying hair on Amazon, do not expect great quality hair. It's very rare where you find a vendor on Amazon and the hair quality is great. But when you buy from them again, the quality is gone. Some of this hair, I think it's even older hair. But yeah, this year, I was gonna get braids, but I'm like, I feel like bundles give me more versatility. Jolene. It's so crazy how mental health isn't talked about enough, or like people frown upon it. Like, people don't like going to therapy. They like, well, I feel like my therapist is gonna tell me exactly what I know, but I'm like, okay, well, if you know these things, then act on it. You go to a therapist because you know they can help, right? 9 times out of 10, we know a therapist can help. However, they need to get down to the root cause of what's going on. It took my therapist a little over a year to pull out of me what I've been brushing in the back of my mind. And quite honestly, we suppress so much information we don't even realize. So when we get to that point, we kind of start lying in a sense. I don't lie to my therapist. I always let my therapist know. If she asks me something, it does take me a while to answer because it's like fighting through it. Like, we don't want to talk about it. We want to put it in the back of our minds. But something's wrong. Something's obviously wrong. Now, granted, they're not all good therapists. Like, some therapists just don't get it. But you can't just get a therapist and automatically think they're all the same way. Me personally, I was able to get a really good therapist back in 2015 to kind of like not call me out on my bullshit because I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? So you can't really call me out on something if I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong. I was suppressing so much stuff which caused anger, resentment, and this was around the time I met my husband, and it was one of those things where I'm like, I need to tighten up or I'm going to lose out on a good man because I have so much anger or trauma that I keep putting to the side, you know what I mean? So therapy helps you or gives you the tools you need to heal. Because if you're not healed, a lot of things are going to trigger you. And there's things now that I realize still trigger me to this day. Because I'm really short-tempered to a lot of stuff. I'm not patient. And there was a time where I feel like I connected with my femininity. But I feel like now I'm in like survival mode, obviously, because I'm still kind of a new mom. So a lot of the things I'm still in survival mode, and you kind of go back to that masculinity and wanting to do everything on your own. And it's like, bro, if you have somebody that is willing and all you got to do is communicate with them, easier said than done, right? That's where therapy comes in mind. Therapy gives you tools and gives you homework in order for you to get better. And that's how I ended up getting into my feminine era when I met my husband. Because when I started therapy, months later, I started, like, I've always dressed cute, but like the feminine energy, the one always take pictures and stuff, like that was a different person. Now it's kind of hard for me, but I know I'll get better. I'm not consistent with therapy no more, unfortunately, because it's just expensive. We all know motherhood is expensive as heck. And I know my husband will help me. He always say he'll help, but I'm not going to be consistent. I'm not mentally there yet to be consistent. That's the problem. If you're thinking about therapy, definitely consider it, but don't just settle on one therapist or try to group them all in one category. You have to shop around for your therapist. It's expensive. Don't get me wrong, but look at your insurance. If you have insurance, definitely look up, you have too many resources now that gives you the information you need as to what your insurance cover and what it don't cover. So my insurance used to cover my therapy, but she stopped taking my insurance because of the issues that she was going through with getting reimbursement. So I get it. Do your research. Shop around. Don't just settle on one. Call your insurance. See what therapist is in the area. See who does telehealth. Some of them do go through Psychology Today, and I do remote therapy with my therapist. I'm not driving almost 45 minutes to an hour for therapy. I could talk to her online or face to face through like Zoom or something, but it's called Psychology Today. But yeah, that is my rant. I hope you guys take that with a grain of salt and work on your mental health, because it is so important, especially with where the world is going right now. You want to be mentally stable, have mental strength to be able to deal with so much stuff that we endure as moms. I'm gonna let that sit in again like 30 minutes. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I really wanna look how this looks. This is the net. This is why I love going to my. Oh, you know what? If I'm washing this, I really need to order a new, closure. That's my rant, y'all. Work on your mental health. Take breaks when you need to. I have to take mental breaks as often as possible because I work in advertising, and that job is draining and stressful as it is. So you really need to take those PTO days. So I actually forgot that you can let it sit for 20 minutes. And then just rinse out everything until the water is clear. Let me show you. Because the water is not going to be clear yet. It's a lot of hair, so it may take a while. If you can see, the water's still pretty brown. So again, you just want to go in, rinse as much as you can. Or you could just go in and wash, which I probably would because I don't think these are dry. Because again, I've had my bundles in for a while. When I get a sew in, that sewing's gonna last and I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'm normally paying between $150 and $185. So basically about $200, between $150 and $200 with tip. So I want my money worth. So I usually leave my sew-ins in between 4 to 6 weeks or longer. I think the longest I've left my sewing in was almost 2 months. So about 7.5, 8 weeks. And a lot of people ask do you wash it? No. To be quite honest with you, which is why these gotta be extremely deep cleaned because of that. So you see how dirty that water is? Yeah, you want to keep cleaning until that water's clean or that water's clear. The secret ingredient after you wash the hair, because a lot of people think they're just done after that. They're just like, I'm just gonna just deep condition it and that's it. No, 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 baby. You know what's gonna get your hair soft and back to its original state? Silicone mix, baby. Silicone mix. You're gonna mix that silicone in the hair. You just take a boatload of it and you pass it through. More or less. Just get it through the hair. Get it through. It's already soft. It's already soft. Like you could. Yeah, so you do that to all the hair. However you want to do it, whether you want to get a big lump sum of it. However I want to do it, I'm just going to put it through the hair. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. A long time. This is how I'm just going to do it. We're just going to let it sit. Some people who have the extra means to do so, they will do it, put it in a bag, and then steam it. I don't have a steamer, but if I did, I would do the same thing because I need these bundles to be luscious for the new year. Okay, because when I install it, this baby is going with me into the new year. Baby. One of the things I am scared of is 2026 because as bad as all of us as individuals, we foresee the future to be bright for all of us. I am so scared because I had the same feeling for 2020. I was like, 2020 is going to be a good year, you know what I mean? And then boom. COVID. Not saying that we're gonna have a COVID to happen, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm traumatized basically, you know. And there's a condition for it. There's a condition for something. It's like you're just so scared of the future. I want to be great. I also want to always see my daughter grow. You know, just pray health over us. Pray that God continues to bless us, protect us, but also love to thank God for everything He has blessed us with. The highs and the lows has shaped us to be the people that we are today. And I'm appreciative of that. The church that I do attend, unfortunately, the pastor has sadly passed away. He was in a motorcycle accident and that ruffled me really bad. I don't often go physically. Normally I catch church at home. Yeah, that really made me sad, to be honest with you. You never know when it's your time to go. He was a great pastor. 39. And you don't really find pastors that just connects with us. I think he was the pastor for the millennials. He understood. Oh no, is the paint chipping? You know, his messages, how he delivers God's word. I don't even want to talk about it. It's making me sad, but yeah.
Don't make me get up out my seat. Carrie. Don't make me get up out my seat. Carrie. I carry. I carry. I carry. I carry. Bitch, I carry. When I grow up, I'm gon' buy me a big love in the stay up late in this. Don't give a fuck about my. Then get the fuck about my. 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 Get the fuck about my house. I grew up in this house. I grew up in this house. I'm too up in this house. Don't give a fuck about my house. Then get the fuck about my house. Get the fuck about my house. Get the fuck about my house. Get the fuck about my
house. One of the cameras that I probably will eventually get rid of is my Canon M50, unfortunately. Because we're so limited to lenses right now and I don't want to keep using adapters, I was like, okay, I don't know if Canon will buy it back. I'm not sure what use they would have for it, but sometimes they take back old cameras and give you something for it. But the camera that I'm leaning towards the most is the Canon R50. But I already have a Canon R6, but I feel like that's technically for my photography camera. But like I could share both of those lenses, you know what I mean? So like I can keep that for just my pictures, like when I do photography gigs. And then the R50 R50 is literally the M50, but like you could use RF lenses because it's an R model, I believe, however you say it. I have the DJI. You guys have seen multiple of my cameras, and I was thinking of also starting a series of talking about every last one of my cameras, what I use them for, which I'll probably still do. But I wanted another camera, and I know it sounds so bad to say, like, you want another camera? Yes, girl. But I don't want to walk around with my Canon R6 because, like, if I get another camera, I do want to get a 16mm lens, which right now is $349. So I was thinking if I get the R50 and get the 16mm lens, I could still vlog with that camera, like if we travel. But I'm also like, girl, you got the Sony ZV-10. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? But I also still have my Canon G7X and my Sony ZV-1. However, those two are broken, which I still have to reach out to Canon and Sony to see if they can actually look at it for me. Unless I get something that's not Canon or Sony and I go with Fujifilm, you know? And I thought about that as well. Like, don't get the same brand because, again, I still do kind of still have the R6. If I need to do sit-down videos, I technically still use that camera. And then the Sony ZV-10, then I got the DJI, then I got a Nikon, and then the M50. I don't technically need the Canon M50. Get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? I'm trying to justify me getting another camera. I know it's bad. It's an obsession. I know this. No, you ain't gotta tell me. Or I also thought about getting like one of these cameras, like the Insta-X Mini instant film cameras. I can like print out pictures. You know what I mean? But I'm really thinking about the Fujifilm. You guys are dying, so I really need to like get off and charge y'all. Panasonic. That's a good camera. I just may. And then Leica. But Leicas are expensive though. Yeah, Leicas are expensive. The Hasselblad. I didn't know Sigma made cameras. Sigma has this camera right here. That looks too sleek. So you know how much is $2,200. If I'm buying a camera for $2,000, I might as well get the Fuji. So yeah. That's what I'm looking at. I'm gonna throw this away before I get any bright ideas. And I also thought about trading in my MacBook Pro and getting an iMac. I don't know. It's not a priority, to be quite honest with you. Let me go eat my breakfast.
History in the making. Part 2, so crazy right now. I look this so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling and my pride is the one to blame.
508. Okay, so I just left 7 Brew. If you're looking for, to be honest, I don't even remember what the hell I got. I think it's a large cookie butter coffee. Yeah, so I think it's a large cookie butter. Well, you should have known where you was going, sir. Remember that from TikTok? Damn, whatever happened to that guy? Grab me. Anyway, I was just telling y'all the other day that I'm not driving recording, but I'm about to head to a stop sign. All right, so it's a large cookie butter blondie. Don't quote me on that. With cold foam, caramel drizzle, and I think cinnamon sprinkles on top with an extra shot. Apparently, my husband called me earlier, and he was telling me that, so the daycare, aka my dad, has, I don't know if they're parakeets or parrots. I'm gonna assume that they're parakeets because one of them was this small, the other one was like just slightly bigger than it. I don't know which predator grabbed one of them last night, but one of them was not in the cage. RIP, because my dad was distraught this morning, apparently. I feel so bad because my dad loves animals. I grew up loving animals. Do I want to take care of an animal? No. I don't want that responsibility. Never really wanted that responsibility, to be honest with you. But I always loved cats. And that's because my dad loved cats. Let me tell y'all the story once I get to a stop sign. So as I was saying, something grabbed one of the birds last night. And the crazy thing is, there was no feather. There was no feather at all. So I was telling my sisters, I'm like, either cat or raccoon. But I was like, how would they have been able to grab it? Anyway, my sister said she heard so much. She heard a lot of commotion outside, but she didn't think nothing of it. And if you had birds before, sometimes it happens. I don't know if it's because they fought or whatever. And I was like, well, what if the big bird kicked the little bird out? Like, what if that happened? Because there was no feathers around for a predator to have grabbed it. Or, I don't know, unless it was a smooth transition. Whatever it was, the small bird ain't there. And my dad was very sad this morning. I feel so bad. So I immediately started looking for other birds. I'm assuming they're parakeets, which isn't a lot of money. I think I'm gonna get my dad another one. That's if he didn't go and buy himself another one, because knowing him, he would. Knowing that man, he would go out his way to go get another bird. But if he didn't get another bird, he went out his way to Home Depot to protect the last bird that he has there. So I feel so bad, like the bird's gone. So when it comes to advertising, a lot of people don't really know what I do, and I wish I can give like a direct answer, but with advertising companies, they normally source out for a lot of the things that we do manually every day. So there's no shortage of work, which I'm so grateful for, but it is mentally exhausting. So it's a lot of strategy. And one of the things you always got to do is try to get the AE to get the dealer to increase budget, especially between Q3 and Q4. So between these times, our CPMs go up, meaning cost per click. So instead of a CPM, let's say CPM being 87 cents, it's now $6. So your performance report is going to look crazy dumb, because you're going to look like, okay, are you guys not doing anything? Yeah, we're doing exactly what we've always been doing. But if you have a Mercedes store, your budget should be higher than 3K, to be honest with you. Your budget should always be higher than 3K. And you should be running evergreens as well as some sort of price point special. You want to get in front of different audiences. You don't want to just run inventory. People are going to scroll past that. Let's get an eye-catching video being ran on Facebook, especially around this time when everyone's home. All the snowbirds are down, you know what I mean? So when it comes to this type of thing, you always want to make sure that you're dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's. And sometimes people are like, well, you didn't tell me that. You should know this. You should always know this. You know what I mean? Got some goodies. I bought myself some new slippers. I feel like once you walk outside with your slippers, it's over with. Is over with. So I found these on sale on Cyber Monday. They're so cute. Ooh, they're so soft. I got these on Amazon. Yeah, I just need new slippers. I feel like every 6 months I'm changing slippers. Look how they look. They're so cute. And they feel amazing. These are going to be so perfect once we get that little winter that we get normally in Florida. Hopefully it's a cold Christmas. And I had ordered this. I think it's the cardigan. Oh, I got my daughter some boots, so when it does get cold, she has boots. These are so cute. I wonder if I should just add these in for Christmas. No, I can open it. I can show y'all. These are the boots. They're so cute. I got these on Amazon as well. Hopefully they fit her, but I want to get her boots because, again, if it gets cold, they open on the side. Oh, these are so cute. They're so soft. And I also got myself a nice little cardigan. It was on sale. It was like $10. Ooh, and it feels amazing. Ooh. I like it. I like it. I gotta stop shopping because when we go to Orlando, I need to make sure I have spending money. Because I want to hit the outlets. You know, I hate going to Orlando and I'm not able to hit the outlets because I spend too much money. Like, no. So now what I'm doing is, I already did 2 of them, but I'll take it out the water, right? Rinse it out, rinse out the silicone mix. And then I'll like put the bundles together so it's easier to comb. So this is what I'll do. I'll do this.
Yes, he shot me down. I died and someone brought me back to life, but never to my senses.
I shot you down, bang, bang. You hit the ground, bang, bang.
Like, this is the same hair. This is a little bit more on the curlier side. And it's easier for me to like brush through it like this than to like try to spread it out and comb. As bad as I do want to go to Ross, I'm not about to go to Ross looking like this. Ross gonna have to see me over the weekend.
I shot you down, I shot you down. Bang, 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 bang.
Come on, let's get you something to eat so we can get you to bed.
Bang, bang.
Staring at the barrel of this gun, yes, they shot me down. I died, but then I came straight back to life and never took my sentence. We fight and then we make amends. Arrest me and bring me my rights. The plan is steal your heart again on Saturday and Sunday night.
Pounce on that shit, damn. Pounce on that shit, damn. Pounce on that shit, damn. Bounce on that shit, no.
The day I met you, I remember everything. I wrote it down. Your smile was cold, your face was fresh. Your eyes were such a shade of
Bounce on that shit,
red.
damn.
Skirt steak with potatoes and veggies. I didn't give you guys an update with my the situation with the bird, right? So, the situation with the bird. So I go outside. So I'm looking for my dad. I look for my mom, like, where's dad? She's like, she's outside. He's outside. So I see him putting barbed wire around the cage because there's only one bird left. And I was like, you know, I was outside. It was him and two other guys. And then as he's putting barbed wire around, he looks at me. He's like, I bought two more. I'm like, oh Lord. Me and my sister were just talking about getting this man two other birds. He done already went and bought two birds. But you know what? I'm not surprised because that's how I am. I'm the type of person, like when my cameras broke, I immediately went and bought me another camera. And so I get it from him. We get so impulsive. But he was already thinking about buying a bird before this bird got snatched up. So yeah, anyway. It's sad. And we was trying to think, like, what would have been able to grab through that damn, I don't know. It's sad. I don't even want to think about it. Damn, rest in peace. But I was like, what if the big bird kicked it out? What if the big bird kicked it out? What's up?
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one.
Oh Lord, what a day.
And around. She told me her name was Billie Jean as she crossed the scene. Then heavy hair turned with the eyes that dream.